After a year of giveaways, we're right back where we started. Well, almost. I'm Chris with Jerry'sOutdoorSports.com, and one of you is going to win this FN 509 LS Edge. When I went over the 509 last time, my actual 509, I was pretty honest about how it had some flaws. The optics mounting system is robust, but kind of limited because nobody ever is going to agree upon screws or standardize anything. And the trigger. The trigger is the absolute fly in the ointment for the 509. The hinge trigger is just icky on it. But while I was shooting it again for this review, I was reminded of how much I actually love it. It recoils so lightly, it points really well, and almost all of the ergonomics on it are god tier. Except for that trigger. Enter the LS Edge. The LS Edge is FN's attempt to elevate the 509 series. If you want a chance to win this LS Edge with the Bushnell optic, then follow the link tree in the description to get registered. If you want to just go ahead and pick one up, go to our web store where you can get it or just about anything else that you want. A like and a share on this video really helps to make sure that this kind of content keeps coming, and also to make sure to follow us on X and Facebook where we have sale announcements, new product announcements, and I post memes that will probably get me banned at some point. The LS Edge was FN's answer to those who wanted an uncompromising competition version of the 509. Now, my question is, who really asked for it? I've shot competition for quite a few years, and never once have I seen anyone running a 509 of any shape or size. If any of you do run a 509 or know someone who runs a 509, let me know in the comments because I'm really curious to know who does. I do love the 509. I mean, it's one of my mains in Ready or Not. But was the LS Edge enough polish to really elevate the 509 series? The most striking aspect of the LS Edge is the gray slide magwell that sandwiched the black frame. The magwell adds enough length that my largest hand doesn't really hang over it, and there's no risk that I'm going to pinch myself with a reload. The finish is an anodized graphite finish that will smooth to the touch. When you get the magazine running up against it, it feels a little bit sticky. There's a little bit of friction in there if you don't have that magazine aligned perfectly. And I was able to get it to bind on a couple of botched reloads. So when you're coming in there, you're really going to want to give it the beans to make sure that magazine gets in there. So the grip has received a slight update in that there's more of that skateboard tape style texturing on the grip, and it's adequate even on a cold day that I was out shooting with it. This slide has lightening cuts on it to reduce weight and perceived recoil, and also allows you to see that absolutely massive hammer forged barrel that lies beneath. The optics mounting system is the same as the parent 509 system, and the Bushnell RXM-300 dropped on with no problem whatsoever. I really love this optic. It has a gigantic window. It might even be the biggest window on the market. I haven't checked. But I zeroed it to the iron sights that co-witnessed perfectly, and I didn't have to touch it after that. It also has a top load battery, which is really nice and a feature that you would expect to be standard in the market, but isn't. Honestly, this optic needs way more hype than it's getting. Accuracy with the LS Edge is actually really good. It wasn't uncommon to be stacking rounds at 7 and 10 yards. Once I got the trigger figured out. With all the love and effort that went into the LS Edge, you would think that the trigger would have gotten the lion's share. Well, spoiler alert, it didn't. It did get some updates. They ditched that stupid hinge on there, and they went to a flat-faced affair on there. But it's still an obnoxious 5.5 pounds. And I know I can hear one of you already furiously typing that 5.5 pounds is perfectly adequate. But okay, go ahead and do this. Type 5.5 pound match grade trigger. Type it again. And again. Now again. Come on, man. A 5.5 pound trigger in a match beast like this is disgusting. It's like putting snow tires on a Shelby, then heading out to the track. And the weight is not even the worst part about the trigger. The trigger is plastic. The frame is plastic. And that plastic on plastic rubbing is atrocious. To give you an idea of how this trigger feels, go get some of that old Rubbermaid Tupperware, the kind that all of us millennials moms had when we were kids, and rub 2 pieces of those 2 together. That's how this trigger feels. The take-up is just stagey as the friction breaks on that plastic on plastic until you get to the wall, maybe. And then, oh hey, there's the real wall. It does break pretty clean with not terrible over travel. But then you start letting back out and feel that staginess again. And it's incredibly frustrating because so much about this gun is right. The magazine release, the slide release, the recoil impulse, it's just this close to greatness. Whoever wins this, you're getting almost 2K in gun and optic here. You need to go out and get the Apex trigger that goes in this. You absolutely owe it to yourself in this absolute beast of a competition gun. It's been a year of me doing giveaways like this, and I have never called somebody who wasn't thrilled to get one of these. And the packages just keep getting better and better. I want to say thank you for making this one of the absolute best years of my life. And if you want to get set up with a 509 or something else, be sure to visit our physical store or our website and we'll get you set up. Anyway, I'm Chris with jerrysoutdoorsports.com, and I'll see you next time.